Good evening, everybody. Good evening. How are we all? Oh, I feel like I've been away forever. I've only been away a week, haven't I? What's going on with my hair? God, my hair is so long. I need to get my hair cut. Good evening, all. How are we? I've been in studio since 2 o'clock this afternoon. Tons and tons to do. I've been recording for the saying I've been recording for England today, but obviously recording for all of you around the globe. Obviously, because I'm not going to be here in a little while, or not. Not today, but in December, I'm not going to be around much. So I've got loads of great content coming for you. It's very exciting. December is a phenomenal month, actually, which we'll get into. And this fireworks outside. Oh, I hate fireworks. Anyway, so I just wanted to say hello to you all. Before we do anything else. It's been a busy old day here, or it's getting busy tonight here as well. So please make sure you like and share as you always do. We are always here. We have been for the past 3-4 years now, Friday nights. It's bonkers, isn't it? We get so much pleasure in sharing our lives every Friday, 6:30. And I've been pretty quiet recently in, deals and offers, because I know there's a lot coming, and I know you spent up a lot with the year in bloom. You had the retreat, you've paid for next year's retreat, so I know there's been a lot going on. But I felt like there was a deal I wanted to do that I've never been allowed to do before, and I'm not business minded in that. Like, I want to do that, and then I get told, no, you can't do that. I was like, and this one I went, can I do that, please? And they're like, for goodness sake, yes. So I've got a little deal for you tonight. It's not Black Friday. We have Black Friday next week, but we'll go into that in a little more detail once I've said hello to a lot of you. So 137 people here already. So good evening, all of you. Hello, Debs. I saw you was here early. I nearly came on early, actually. I was going to have a little chat with you, but I thought, no, I'll get carried away. I better wait. So good evening, Debs. Good evening, Jane. Good evening, Marie Powell. Donna. Oh, good evening, Donna from Otto NC. Welcome. Helen Brand, Beverly Holden, Evelyn Hosey, Nicola Atfield, Ross Rosby 1302. Who is it? I can't remember. Is it Rob? I don't know who these people are anymore, because they changed that silly number. Hello, Tracy Costello. Happy to see you on Fridays. Don't seem to be the same without Friday Night Live. Oh, I'm going to go into all of that as well, because I've got other stuff coming for you as well, which is very exciting. Friday nights are just not the same, says Jane Fellows. So thank you. It's so good to be here. I do. Hello, Gaz. Is that hello? No, Rob. That's Rob. That's not Gaz. Rob. So whoever Ross is, that's not Rob. So I'm getting confused with who everyone is now. So hello, Kathy Baxter from Toronto. Welcome. But yeah, I do miss you all when you're not here. Hello, are you going to stay for half of it? Oh, right, we'll get into it quick then. Afternoon from a cloudy, damp northeast Ohio, says Nancy Johnson. Kerry Hoos, hi Lisa, hi everyone. Thank you for joining me. Tons of you here. So how is the Millennium Falcon coming on? So what I'll do then, I will tell you what the deal is for those of you who can't hang around, and then we're going to talk. My poorly arm, my Millennium Falcon, my Ninja. We'll talk about it all tonight, because I didn't see you last week, and we got loads of catching up to do, haven't we? QQQ for anyone. How can I change my name? We have this every week, Katie, and I have no idea. I have absolutely no idea. But there is a way of doing it, allegedly. So how did last Friday feel without having Lisa on our screens? I know. I'll talk all about that as well, where I was at. Your hair looks so lovely today. Oh, thank you, Kathy Baxter. That's very kind. I actually I had an early bath today because I was at hospital today. I came back and I was like, I had a nice early bath. I washed my hair. It does need a good cut, which I'm going for next week. But yeah, so thank you very much. It's tons of you here. So Diane Stroker. Hello, Diane Stroker. Hello, Terry from Wyoming in the USA. Good evening. Hello, Ella Claire Newcomb. Got your message. It's great news. I have passed it on to the ladies. which is great news. Got the year in bloom on its way. Yes, Linda Longfellow, you honestly have been so patient, my friend. You really have had a long wait, haven't you? But I do know everything is literally on its way. We've got new goodies on their way as well, which we will go into. Not yet. Some very exciting things. Very, very exciting things. 2026 is shaping up to be good. We're on our way to Frankfurt as well next year. So we've got the show in Frankfurt to go to. We've got meetings out there, which are super exciting. So exciting. I'm so looking forward to that. Yeah, tons going on. But let me just crack on with the deal first of all, because if you've only got half an hour, you don't really want to hear me talking about my air fryers when you're waiting there. What's going on? So, deal tonight. Let me flick you over very quickly and then we'll get back into loads of chat. So, all right. You all know I'm always talking about these. Always talking about these. Now, I also adore these. There isn't one for the anthracite. It's for these. And there's a reason. I don't need it for the anthracite in this bundle. I just don't for now. So you've got, this is that. But if you get that, this is pretty much for nothing. It's for nothing because this whole lot is $24.99. 1, 2, 3, and then you get that. 6, 12, 18, 20, 24. Yes, 0 pence. So the whole lot is $24.99 tonight. And this isn't going to stay as an offer because I begged and borrowed and I was told I couldn't do anything because we was making sure that you didn't spend all your money and then couldn't do Black Friday. And then I've got TV. I was like, please, can I do it, please? So all of this is $14.99 on its own, okay? This is great for your ink pads, but this is also great as a mixing palette as well. So if you haven't got this QR code, Friday special, absolutely please go and grab this because when these are finished, when these are out of stock, they are not coming back. They're being discontinued because we are working on something else. Like it, but not like it, okay? You've got your re-inkers, and the re-inker for the Falling Snow I adore because it is your blending re-inker, and then you've got your opaque white for your splats as well, and an anthracite because of the demos I'm doing tonight. I wanted this as a little kit. So if you are interested in this, please get it. I can tell you now there are limited stocks on this, okay? And I promise you, when this bundle is gone, it is gone. This is not, I'm not allowed. The deal is, right, inks are never on offer. Inks are never on offer. You will never find us discounting our inks. Our inks are expensive to produce and our inks hold their value. I will not devalue my product. I will not devalue the ink because everybody else will not be able to. I don't want that price war. You know, in some brands, there's ink price wars. It goes low. Nobody can run a business like that. But also, these are value for money. These are great ink pads. So I'm never going to devalue that product by reducing these on their own. So if you want them, please just get your hands on them. We're going to demo with them tonight as well. So I wanted to get that out of the way first so I can talk to you about all the other stuff. Okay, so hopefully, what I would say to you is, even if you've got an opaque white, get another opaque white. The technique I showed last week, get another opaque white. One of them will get damaged, one of them will get dirty, one of them will get stained, one of them will give you the hump because it's got stained and dirty, and you will always have that spare one to do your stamping and other techniques. So honestly, if you can justify it, I would highly recommend that bundle. Highly recommend it. And you'll see when we do the demos. Those fireworks are really, really loud. Hello, Tony Mins, and hello, Gaz. Nice to see you all here. And Liz Platt's busy day. Hello, Suzette and Roberta. Hello, Rob. Hello, hello, everyone, really. Hello, Shirley Stewart. Cheryl. Oh, it's so good to have you here. I hope you had a lovely birthday. I really hope you had a lovely time. Sorry, re-ink the matte blending inks. I'm gonna show you how to re-ink an ink pad as well. So we're going to go through all of that. Roberta's already got them. There you go. She's already got hers. Good evening, everybody. And Craft Adventure. Oh, hang on. I can't say that one. Craft Adventures with Susan 2808. Fabulous deal. It absolutely is. So I do appreciate that we have got Black Friday. There's 205 people here already. How did that even happen? And there's 30 of you who've scanned the QR code. So honestly, get them. I promise you, you will not be disappointed in any one of those. The bundle cannot be sold out. No. Lily, are you here? Danny, are you here? It shouldn't be sold out. Hang on. It should not. Oh, it cannot be sold out. Let me just have a look on the website. One sec. You might be looking at the bundle that has just got the one, it's got the white ink in it. No, it's still there. It's still there. It's definitely still there. Phew, you had me panicked then. I was like, that couldn't have gone that quick. So hello, Elizabeth from Utah. Not available to, but unfortunately, we can't ship to the US at the moment. I mean, you guys know better than anyone how difficult it is at the moment. What's happening is it's not getting to you. It's getting out of the country, but it's not getting to you. And anything, particularly ink, is not reaching its destination. And if we want it back, we have to pay to ship it back again. We're trying to work all these ways around it, but every way we've tried, we are not getting anything land in the US or get to its destination. You can buy all of these products at scrapbook.com, at Inky Stamper, at Simon Says, at Notions for distributors, at your local stores. All of these are available in the US, okay? So yeah, US will show out of stock, unfortunately. So I do apologise about that. I was going to come on to that next. I was thinking, oh, for the UK, it's gone as well. That was shocking. Anyway, so we're here. This is a great deal for you tonight, but we'll demo with it in a minute. So just want to catch up with you all. So how are you all? Have you had a busy week? I have had a bit of a manic couple of weeks. So last Friday, we headed off to Toaster. It's Towcester, isn't it? But Toaster, to the garden centre, and we live broadcasted to TV from the studios, and then we did some live shopping as well, which was fantastic. It was a long day, but unfortunately it meant I couldn't do the live last week, so there's loads to catch up on tonight. So that was that, and then I came back, and then I had to go in for my blood test. I've got a massive bruise coming up on my arm. You can't see it yet, but I can see it here already. I had to go in for my stuff for my op, and really lovely lady Danny took me. I was really nervous, obviously, because I've had an operation last year as well, didn't I, which went horribly wrong. So we're going through all of it again and more. I've got, you probably can't see it all, but I've got this big thing on my neck. It's just not very nice anyway. So I went for my pre-op check. Just blood test. We'll do all this stuff. You're all going to be fine, and then we'll see you in a couple of weeks. So I got a call. I was on a Teams call with my team, and it was halfway through the call, and I went silent. They're like, "What's going on?" She's gone quiet. Right, they wanted me back in. So I was like, "Why?" There was problems with my blood test. I'm like, "Oh my goodness!" And then I go straight to TikTok, Google. What does all this mean? Anyway, it turns out I get up there and I have an ECG today, more blood tests taken. Then the doctor came and took the blood away immediately and checked it for me immediately, like 10 or 15 minutes he was back, because I had really severely high potassium. They thought there was either a heart or kidneys problems or something. However, it turns out that I have an exceptionally good diet, but I like things with a lot of potassium in them. So it's like a lower the potatoes and lower the bananas and lower the amount of fruit you eat. But because I've been on my diet, and I've done really well because I've lost like 2 stone, I've got to just stop doing it now. So I had all this taken, and it really hurt me today. So I felt right sorry for myself, and Danny wasn't very sympathetic with me either. It was like, oh. Anyway. So the next thing I wanted to tell you about, if you had to order the deal, that I thought the opaque white and the anthracite disappearing made me flat. Makes me flat. Hello, fellow Fedegina. Nice to have your company. It's good to see you over here, my darling. So yeah, so had all that, and then we've got TV booked in. So I'm in hospital 3rd and 4th, I think, of December, not November, but I'm actually on TV before that. So I'm on Monday. So I will be doing. I'm live streaming from the studio on Monday. So Monday at 9 o'clock in the morning and 9:45. We've got a double show with myself and the lovely Dan Bancroft, and we have got some. I think it's £10 or less items on the show. So there's that. Okay, so that's on Monday. Then I come home from that. And then on the 1st of December, I'm back up at Hobbycraft. I'm back up at Hobbycraft because that is the day Sky TV launches. And it's launching this time. It's definitely launching this time. So anybody who has been inquiring about Sky TV, it is coming on the 1st of December. So there's going to be some great pomp and celebration, excitement. So I'm up there for the launch date of that as well. I think John's up. Is it John up there as well? Can't remember who else is up there. But there is, I think it's John as well. But yeah, there's quite a few name brands up there on the launch day. So make sure you tune in for that. I am on, I want to say 9:45 and 12:45. Can't remember. I think that's what it is, but I will keep you posted on that. So beautiful t-shirt. I hope you're feeling well again. I am. Thank you very much. Not good to have high potassium. Yes, I know it's not good. I've been getting very, very tired as well, and they wanted to check everything out, which is good anyway. So don't forget Hobbycraft on Sky TV, which is really important. It's going to be great for TV. All right, loads going on. I got asked again and again and again about when I'm in stores. I had a Teams call with the CEO on, what day was it? No, I think it was Tuesday. Was it Tuesday? It was either Tuesday or Wednesday. New Year. They're doing all Hobbycraft. The busiest time for them is now because people are in stores shopping. My TV is going to turn itself off. Hang on, we can't have that because I won't be able to see you. The busiest time for them in stores. So we've got lots of paperwork and things that Adam is having to do in the background. So that's all happening as well for stores in the new year. Goodness me. And then the most exciting thing out of everything is next Friday, the 28th. You need to be here. Now, time change for next Friday. So we've got our Black Friday event. Remember last year? Remember we was in the shop? Remember? It was very exciting. So that is the plan this year. Now, there is a little proviso to this. Adam is meant to be moving house. He's meant to be moving on Wednesday, but there's been a few hiccups he's had a very stressful few weeks. He's supposed to be moving on Wednesday. If they push it back to Friday, then it'll be me in here. Still Black Friday, immense show, like humongous amounts of deals and humongous. But if Adam is not moving on Friday, which all goes to plan, he won't be on Friday, you will have myself, Dan Bancroft, and Adam. Lily will be there and Danny will be there. We'll have Rich behind the camera and it will all be in the shop. There's going to be the running up and down the shop. There's going to be the chaos, the pandemonium, the excitement. So hopefully nothing affects that. But if it does, blame Adam. No, don't blame me. Don't blame him, really. He's had a very, very, very stressful couple of weeks. Yeah, Kathy, I think Catherine, that's where I was very tired. So yeah, next Friday, 6 o'clock though, 6 p.m. till 7:30, 6 p.m. So it's coming forward 30 minutes, 6 p.m. We have to do it because Rich and Adam and Dan have all got to drive back home. And I know from that drive in the dark, in the cold, and in this weather, 3.5 hours is a long old journey for them after the show. So they're not going to be getting back till really late. So we did it before, we bought it before, I think you remember it, till about 5 o'clock. But this is going to be 6 o'clock till 7:30. So you've got 90 minutes of Black Friday deals. So 28th, we're going to be giving you some reminders during the course of the week. So there's all that. Now you're going to enjoy that pizza delivery. And last time it took so long, didn't it? That's why we was on air for 3 hours, because it took so long. Now. Just hope it doesn't say live when it's the replay this year. No, it shouldn't do. It shouldn't do. That was a tech issue that I couldn't control. That had to be controlled from the boys, but they were travelling home, so I couldn't do much about that one. So there's that. Now, when I go to TV on the 1st of December as well for the Sky launch, there's something very exciting happening then as well. We've got a big announcement for our brand as well on the 1st of December. So watch out for that too. So loads to put in your diary. You need to put 24th, which is Monday, 9 and 9:45 a.m. And that is Hobbycraft TV with me, with some sale deals for Hobbycraft. And then Friday, the 28th, Black Friday, Lisa Horton Crafts Black Friday event, 6 p.m. Friday 28th. And then 1st of December, Hobbycraft TV, launch of Sky, and something else very exciting for Lisa Horton Crafts. Good stuff. So I think I've got the housekeeping out of the way. I know, poor Adam. I am here making cheese scones. Ooh, very nice. I thought you were going to start eating each other, especially Jan. I know. Yeah. And I've got takeout tonight as well. I've got curry tonight because I'm not allowed, because I can eat half a watermelon, a banana. I have like dips and carrots, and I love all that. I love all that stuff. And I sit there and munch on that all night. But I've been told not too much of that. So I've decided to go for a chicken madras, Bombay potatoes, and pilau rice. Got to be done, isn't it? Right. So what I've put in the Friday night category, because we're going to be using them. So if you go onto the website and you've got the Friday night category, you've got the deal, obviously, as we know, what we've just been talking about. And I'll flick you over in a minute. But also, I have popped this in there, which is the alphabet soup, which is now available individually. And it's not just with the magazine. I think we are left with about 20 magazines, but so more than that asked for this individually. So we have released that now because the magazine is it's been a good time since that's been on. And I've also popped the spring bloom in the category as well, because I'm using that in a demo tonight as well. So if you haven't got these, they'll be in the same category for you. If you have got these, great. If you've got all of this, great, because you can just watch and just see how it goes. I'm just checking to see if right, no, that's fine. Lily, just checking something for me. Yeah, thank you, Lily. I don't know if you're watching, but thank you. That's really helpful. So Lily added the spring bloom to Friday night category just so it was there and easy for you to shop. So we're going to dive straight into this. Tony Mims, if you can't, how do you watch TV? Do you have Sky? Do you have Freeview? What do you have? Because if you've got access to YouTube on your TV, you can watch it on YouTube. Hello, Mary Kelly. Oh, hello, my lovely friend. How are you? You're talking about other things. There's lots of conversations going on in the background. And thank you, Rebecca, for posting that. Thank you. So I forgot my train of thought. I will come back to it. Will you be making another magazine? I loved your last one. I don't know is the honest answer to that. We were meant to be doing our own magazine like this year, but the time got away with me. I just physically haven't had the physical ability to do it, like the drawing and the artwork and the demonstrations and the TV and the Hobbycraft things that I've been working with Hobbycraft on, and all of that stuff has really taken its toll. And Paola has been picking up an awful lot of stuff as well, of the TV shows and everything else, so it can be tricky to get time to design, and by the time the evening comes it's been very tiresome. So it's on the agenda, but we've had to kind of shelve it for a little bit. I've just completed my latest launch with Spellbinders, so I've had that going on. There's just a ton of stuff in the pipeline. It's all very good stuff. And Paola, I nearly said something then, but Paola is working on the online retreat for spring next year. Which we need to get kitted and we need to get manufactured so we can get it all to you, because at the moment you guys in the States, we've got to work out how we get it to you. So there's lots of hurdles to cross, but things that we are definitely working on. Okay. Oh, you had hip surgery, have you? Oh, are you being weighted on hand and foot? I hope you are. I hope you are. Well, it's good to hear. Are you recovering well though, Mary? Hang on a minute. Mother Goose, sort on Hobbycraft. The embossing folders are coming with a download. We missed out on that as early purchasers. Can we get it separately? Not for 21 days, because that's the exclusive element. So we have to adhere to the rules. But I would have thought after the 21 days, I'll speak to Adam about that, but I can't see why we wouldn't. So Regina, how do we handle it all? We're a small team, so there's myself, Danny, Lily, Jason, Adam, Paola at the moment. The team is growing for sure, and obviously we're all taking on a lot more stuff as well, so there's so much going on. It's crazy. Right, so let me flick you over to the overhead and we're going to run through some of this stuff. So we've got all of this goodness here. I'm going to go through how you do your, how you take the lids off. We're going to do all of that. We're going to do how you re-ink your ink pad as well. And I'm just going to pop camera 4 on the, there, bring that in just a little bit. There we go. There we go. And let me just check messages now before I keep going. It's flipping been crazy how the year flies. I know, how bonkers is that? My TV uses a dongle. I always forget about YouTube. Honestly, YouTube is just best. I watch it on YouTube, to be fair. Obviously, I have Sky Glass, which means even when Sky comes along, I still can't watch it because Sky Glass does not have shopping channels of any description. So I just go onto the app on Sky, on my Sky TV, and go to YouTube, and that's how I watch. I know Rewind is being worked on. I found that out as well. That is heavily being worked on. Repeats, all sorts. There's so much goodness coming. You just need to bear with us all, guys. Honestly, there's so much goodness coming. So the first thing I'm going to do is show you how to do this. So when you get your re-inker home, I'm going to show you what you get and how you put them together. Okay. Now, some of them might already be done because this was the first batch which came via ocean, which didn't implode. These are the ones that did implode when we air freighted them. So let me get a thingamabob here. So I also need to get some tissue, and I'm going to use my big black tissue. Good evening, Yell X Ob. Oh, who is that? I recognise their face, but I don't know the name. That silly old thing that keeps happening. Hello, Mrs. Erin from Winnipeg. You're looking fabulous. I love you. So please, you need to hire more staff. I mean, you've seen it, haven't you, Erin? How everything's changing so rapidly. Right, so let me just show you this. Now, I've got the most disgusting pair of tweezers, and that's what I want. I don't want me good tweezers. I've got these really manky old tweezers. And then all I do is I take my tweezers and I pop it inside, and I go all the way around until as far as I can. And I've still got this bit here that I haven't cut yet, all right? So let me show you that. That's like so. See that? And then all you do, I'm going to put that there for a minute. And then I take my tissue. If you don't want to get messy, this is what you do, because you know what I'm like. And I take my tissue and I grab that piece of plastic and I pull it off. Then I bin that, okay? We don't need that anymore. And a bit of tissue here. And then you take your stopper and you press. You press once and it hasn't gone fully in, all right? If you press once, you're in for, a big hot mess when you turn it upside down. Press again and it clicks in. So now we're clicked right in and that is not going anywhere. And then you've got your lid, goes on. This you can literally discard, okay? Don't need that anymore unless you want to take your lid out for some reason, which you won't need to. Give it a shake. Oh, you threw that. Give it a shake. And it's got I'll do that off camera because it makes you guys go funny. It's got a ball bearing. Give that a shake because that's the opaque white. And you want to make sure all of that pigment is mixed. And then we have our re-inker for falling snow. That lid off. This is my one. And that was screwed on tightly. You can see when you open the lid, look, the difference in the size, okay, of the kind of the top. Does that make sense? That's really thick and that's really thin. So if they look like that, there is not a problem at all. And the lids look different. So don't worry about that at all. And this one, again, what we need to do is give it a lovely shake. Make sure the lid's on nice and tight. And you'll hear that literally the ball bearing. And remember, you have all that pigment in the bottom as well. That's what you've got to remember. I knew Lisa when she used to get messy and grungy. You did. You absolutely did. And actually, with my ball bearing, so you keep it shaking until that ball bearing starts working. One of the videos I've done for December for you, I've gone grungy. And I've used 3 brown inks. But the result was brilliant. And what I teach you is something you can do in any colour. So, you don't have to necessarily use the colours I use, but they look phenomenal. It really, really did. Right, so did I open all those inks when I shouldn't have opened them? I did open them all. That was really naughty because I've already got those. Got 2 now. I went to go with the old inks. There was a reason. So these are my old inks. I didn't really want to use the new ones because I don't need to re-ink them because they're new. So let me turn this back to camera 4. So Monday 1st December Sky launches. Oh no, thank you, Rebecca. Right, looking forward to next week. It was fun last year. It was so much fun, wasn't it? And Adam is trying desperately to get everything sorted out. So fingers crossed. It's in the diary for all the boys to come down. So let's just hope it all works out as to plan. So let's go falling snow first. Falling snow. So we've got this is great. This means your ink fits in there. Let's take your lid off first, Lisa. And then your lid fits in there if you want it to. If not, see, look, now nothing moves. As in your ink pads don't move. They're in there now. And then you can put your other one in and do the same thing. Or don't do that. You can use that to do your mixing, or you can rest another ink pad in there if you want to. It's up to you. Anyway, so re-inking your inks. Oh, thank you. Saying they love my hair tonight. That's very kind. All I would say, this lid. I don't do it in any special way. If I'm honest with you, I'm going to be totally honest. I'm a bit of let's blob a bit of ink on like that, and I leave it, and I just literally do that. And then I leave it out kind of overnight, actually. It's what I normally do. But that will sit and that will soak in. If you've got a credit card, you can use your credit card to kind of move it around and make it look good. But you see what I mean? It's already soaking in anyway. So I leave that like that. And that's going to refill my pad very, very easily. So that's your falling snow done. Opaque white is exactly the same. So I'll pop that in there. And this one does need re-inking. I know it does. It's a bit grubby. What is that? For those who have hand or wrist issues, get you a nail polish shaker to shake your re-inkers. Oh, that's a good idea. And then all I'm going to do this one. I know this one is a bit bit grubby around the edge as well. So I'm going to put a bit around the edge. And I'm going to just bit of paint. I mean, that's as tough as I do it. I don't do anything special, you know. I really don't. And obviously you've got your anthracite, which doesn't have a re-inker. So what do we want to use these inks for? Why am I saying, oh, get these, they're brilliant? You're going to go, well, you know, I don't need them. I don't need them. Let's bring in our ultimate and let's do some playing. Right. I know I'm close. Now, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to show you with a stencil. I love doing this. Now, I have done this in one of the videos that is on the pre-record. Goodness me, that's noisy. Hang on. And I'm just going to show you the anthracite. It's what I want to show you. And I've got some black and white card. So what I've got with me tonight, I've got black card, white card, and watercolour card, okay? I'm going to start with the watercolour card. I think this is at A6, but it doesn't really matter what size. We're just going to do some kind of technique-y stuff first. So first things first, excuse me, I'm going to bring in some other colours. Strawberry Sundae. Oh, what else do I want? Let's have a look. Bear with me. Let's bring in Surf's Up, just because I normally do. All right. So all we're going to do is we're going to get some ink down first of all, and you'll see where all of these come into this. So yellow, give this a blend. Random, again, we did something similar to this a couple of weeks ago, didn't we? And you're like, it doesn't really matter how hard you blend or how you don't blend. So grab this ink. Now, if you want to get more ink down, you can use a smaller brush actually, or you can use your stencil brushes because it's going to give you a more concentrated area. So if I show you what I mean. So if I've got, here we go. So if I put this stencil brush in, look, that's going to be darker. So if you want it heavier, you can do that. But I don't really want it heavier. I'm quite happy with what I'm doing. So then we'll add a little bit here. So if you want to do this, also make sure you've got yourself a brayer as well, because a brayer for these techniques is going to be fantastic. So there's your juicy pineapple. You've all got these colours, so this is why I'm using these ones. These are from Release One. Strawberry Sundae, love this colour. So mix that in a little bit, like so. So I'm doing that thing when I'm not really trying to blend. And I've got a little bit of a space there. Then we'll come over here. So this is with the anthracite first of all, okay? I'm just going to show you some different things. Got loads of things to show you, all right? Loads of things. So leave that one there. And last one is the blue. So Surf's Up, nice bright blue for this. And we'll live with that. So you see this, look at that. So don't stress any of this. And then in the middle here, we've got a little bit of blue down there. So around here, we'll come around. And that turns it all green because it's just a beautiful colour that mixes so well. So we've got this kind of look going on. All right, and then I'm going to do what I always do. I'm going to kind of move some of this ink out of my way. So I'm just going to spritz for a minute. So is that all okay? Can you all see me nice and clearly? I think you can. Where did I put my bottle? There it is. So we'll just grab this water just down here, clean that up a little bit. Another piece of watercolour card, and we'll just grab some of this. So look at that, it's another background already. You know how I love to do this. So we'll move that out of the way, but what I will do, I'll bring in a couple of pieces of kitchen towel, photocopying card paper, and I'll just take this and I'll rest a lot of this on here when I'm not using it. And then my lovely kitchen towel, we'll give this another wipe. I've missed seeing you all, so hopefully you'll enjoy this. Me and Carol Byer sat in a pub near Silverstone. What are you two like, eh? What are you like? So we'll come back with this, and I'm going to show you how this anthracite works in so many ways. I'm just using this stencil because it just gives you a really good result, all right? So I'm going to come over here, about there. Do you know what? I'm not really fast where it goes. Anthracite. Oh my days. If you don't have anthracite, you must get anthracite. Even if you want anything else, you must get anthracite. Anthracite is the most unique ink that we have in the collection. So if I bring that in, it looks almost black. Look at this. That colour. It's like a greeny, grey, bluey. Oh, it's just a bonkers colour, but it's phenomenal. So what we can use the anthracite for is to create a background now. So we're going to come in over our colour. This is what you guys don't normally do. Or I don't often see you do it. That's probably a better way of putting it. And I'm going to come all the way over all of this artwork, and it's going to pick up this beautiful colour. But of course, underneath, we've got that fantastic background we've just created. But as you can see now, you can see that you don't need to have stressed about that, because a lot of it is going to be hidden. What I would say is get yourself a spare piece of card or a piece of tissue when you get to about this point, right? So I'm going to get a spare piece of card and I'm going to hold it there, because my fingers, I know, are going to get horrendously messy. Anthracite is notorious for getting everywhere. And I'm sure those of you who do have it will tell me the same. Who's that? I don't have any of Lisa's inks. No one would believe that statement. It's this and never. Yeah, no, they wouldn't. Two truths and a lie, isn't it, Gaz? It's one of them. Right, lift that up, move that. Let's just make sure I'm happy. Just have a make sure all that's covered. And then when we lift this up, look at that. It looks green, doesn't it? But it's not. So there we go. So there already is one background. Anthracite. Anthracite is bonkers good. Now, look at that. Look at that. So that red has gone boof, isn't it? Absolutely in your face boof. So that's anthracite in its kind of natural state. So that's the first thing I wanted to show you. However, I'm going to give this bit a little wipe. Leave this, right? Leave that. So let's give this a little wipe. It's such a difficult colour to describe. Honestly, and people say to me, what colour is it? I'm like, green, is it blue, is it black, is it, I don't know. Which is why it's called anthracite, because I couldn't call it. I didn't know what, I couldn't name it as a colour. So I named it as a piece of coal. I did, very strange. But it works, doesn't it, anthracite? Now. So that straight away, oh, isn't that just bonkers good? Right, easy. Next thing that's just as easy. I love doing this. Now I'm going to use a piece of regular white card. Now that's that grubby bit. I don't care that it's got a bit of grubby on it, because what I'm now going to do is this. I'm going to douse in water, but I would take a piece of card and put it underneath, all right? Like that. And then we'll douse this in water. Yeah, you see that? And then I'm going to lift up. I mean, there's a great background already. I'll move that out of the way so everything's not too wet. I actually turn it that way. Roll that over. I'm going to place you down there like that. Just like that. And then I'm going to grab my brayer. Okay, I'll lean over here. Do you know what? While I'm talking to you, I'm going to eat one of my Haribos because I'm really hungry. I'm going to get this brayer. I'm just going to go over upside down brayer. Now, it's not a perfect science, this, but what a cracking background it will give you. I'll show you one I did earlier. Okay, so a load of ink on there. You can also get your tissue. You could call it. You could have called it a mixed bucket. It literally is, isn't it? And then we'll rub that down, and then we'll lift that up. So there's your background. I mean, look at that. Did you say your watercolour card is... the watercolour card is cold press. It's not hot press. It's got texture to it. Hello, Linda Hendren. Oh, it's lovely to see you here, my darling. And then pop that down like so. So look at that. Look at that. So if I lift that up, that... What a background already. Isn't that cool? So again, we've done hardly anything really. All we've done is put some ink down. Now another way we can do this, all right, we'll stick with that stencil. So straight away, oh, I've got water on there. That's going to lift. But there's two already. Hello, Beverly Weston. Let's lift this up. I'm going to wipe the ink off of here. Here we go. Just wipe that off. Just like so. Now, the other thing you can do, we're sticking with that same colour for now. We haven't even touched on the whites yet. So we'll pop this down and then everyone's gone quiet. Are you all like watching me? I know it's what you meant to do, but are you all watching me? Because you're very quiet. You can now, if you want, take your brayer and you can pop your ink on your brayer. Look at that. There we are. Move that over here. God, this brayer, I say it on one of the lives I do. I've had this brayer, goodness me, before I worked for Creative Expressions. So I've had it a long time. I love anthracite. Me too, Inky Stamper. It's fantastic. And now on this stencil, I'm just going to come down here. Here we are. Straight away. Colours on here. But bizarrely, it's not going to go underneath. Look, because it's obviously on the raised area of the stencil. And now you can do that same thing again to get a different result. You're engrossed. No pressure, Lynn, no pressure. Where's my watercolour card? Watercolour card again. I'm going to get through some of this. And then you can do the same thing. Bonkers good. Bonkers good. You're going to get so many prints off of this one. Turn it over. And again, lay it down. And again, you get your brayer. Now, obviously, my brayer has got a ton of ink on it. So let me show you another thing I do, right? There's so much I can show you with this. There is so much. Let me move that one out of the way a minute. So leave that on there, but let me just get this. Now, clean your brayer. Another background already. There you go. How fantastic is that? So now you've started another background. Isn't that cool? Because that's on the watercolour card. So what I'll do is I'll leave that there and I'll just go over with the brayer and look what's coming through. Can you see? So now you can get all that texture coming through. So if you want to die cut that, you absolutely can. But what I've done it for is what's underneath. So now I can lift this up and you get a darker version. So you don't get the washed out version so much. You get this beautiful, beautiful version. So how cool is that as well? It's so crazy, isn't it? It's so crazy how it works. What was that when what was it you used when you demoed A Year in Bloom and split the flower in 4? It was the white ink pad. What are you asking? What did I use? Which one? I used Year in Bloom 26. I used the opaque white ink pad, and I think I used Shocking Pink, Deep Ocean, and Juicy Pineapple. I think is what I used for that. Right, so give this a bit of a clean. I can't do it that way. I've got to do it that way. So now that's nice and clean. Now I've got a clean desk. This has still got an absolute ton of ink on it. So if I want to, I could just get another piece of plain card just to clean it off very quickly so we can crack on. You could do that quite easily and just take off whatever you can off there. It hasn't really done a lot. So I'm just going to give that a wash after. Actually, no, I'll have to give it a wash now because I need it. Right, so let me shift this out of the way for a minute because I need to get some card, clean this off, clean that off and give it a dry because I need to use it again. Could you spritz the stencil with water to get another background and clean it at the same time? Yes, you could. Absolutely, yes, you could. So there we are. Just clean off as much as I can. Look at that. I mean, I've got so many prints going on, so many prints. So if I move that one, and this is just the anthracite. This is the beauty of anthracite. It is the gift that keeps on giving. So I'm just trying to clean as much as I can. Yeah, we're almost at the end, thank goodness. Let's just wipe that. So we've got none of that anthracite on there. So the next thing I want to show you is the opaque white as well. Now, goodness me, we used that a couple of weeks ago, didn't we, the opaque white? But the opaque white is going to be great through a stencil as well. So I'm just going to leave that on my desk for a minute because everything else over here is a bit messy. Let me talk to you while I'm doing it. I need to clean up. I can't work like this. I can't. Let's move all this out of the way. I don't need those bits, so they can go in the bin. That is gorgeous. So you could keep that for sure, but I did it on photocopying paper, so I probably won't keep that. But you guys, if you do it on a thicker cardstock, you absolutely can do that. So I'll move that one away. And now I've got my plane. So white card here. Let me get everything organised. This is working now. I'm happy with that. And I put my brayer on there. Back down again. So now, sorry, missed a bit of the question. Did you use the textured watercolour cardstock? I used, yes, I did use the textured watercolour cardstock. I've just checked it. I've got it here. Hang on. There it is. It's that one, wasn't it? That is the textured watercolour cardstock, 100%. I think. But it doesn't actually matter. It doesn't actually matter. You can use either. So the other thing is you've got your opaque white. Now, I'm very reluctant to use this, although I will, because I might still have some of that anthracite on there. But we're going to use black card now just to show you how the opaque white is phenomenal. And keep an opaque white separate for all your techniques. Okay, see, look, that ink's like already soaked in. Oh, Inky Stamper just got a new shipment of anthracite and falling snow. Excellent, excellent. So this one, I'm just going to kind of brush that ink in. So now you can use the opaque white like so. And it's almost like it almost feels like a paint almost. It goes on really heavy unless you blend it out. It's slow drying, but it means you can do all your embossing. So I've gone on there quite heavy there, but if I go light, you can still get a beautiful, beautiful effect. All right. And then we'll come down here. Now I'm doing different kind of textures. And there's a reason I'm doing this on black, and then I'm going to do another one on black with the falling snow. Okay. And then I want to show you something with the alphabet soup as well. So all of this, so this ink moves like crazy. This is a pigment ink, which means you can then add, like I said, your powders over the top if you're into your embossing powders. But you can see up there I've been quite light. So I'll come down here and I've been quite light on this one as well. But it gives you just different opportunities to get different effects on your cards. So I lift that up. Look at that on white card. On black card, sorry, not white card at all, is it? So now you can do all of your ink blending on black card. Right? So that's going to dry beautifully. You can go over again. Yes, I would have used the opaque white as well for that 3D to do 3D technique, 100%. But again, there you go. So that is how beautiful that looks, like so. All right. Now, I would say change your brush now if you are going to use the falling snow, because they're a different kind of ink. The falling snow is a blending ink, so it's not a solid opaque white. So what I will do is I'll take a piece of card, and where there's this ink on here, I will just literally see if I can brayer off anything that might be left on there. I don't think there really is, but if there is anything, let's see if we can get it off. Yeah, there's not really much there. Not really much at all. But in any event, I'm going to turn the stencil over and use the other side. So the huge difference between the inks. This dries fast and it's not in your face white. And I'll show you in your face white with this. So opaque white, white, falling snow. Let me show you. Hang on. I want to try to move that around so you can see the difference. So you get the softer, that's white, bright, bright, bright. This is a white that you can blend. Yeah, and it's very thick and creamy, this one. This is a literal blending ink. Now, the beauty of this one, wait till you see this one. I kind of prefer the falling snow. So we place the falling snow down and you can see, oops, it blends, all right? But look how gentle it is. It's very, very gentle. It's not a heavy ink. So don't sit and think, oh my goodness, this, this doesn't work. It isn't meant to be a heavy ink. This is one of these inks that I bought in because I wanted it to soften other things or that I could mix with other things. So this has become my base on black card. And you'll see where we'll go with this in a minute. And what I can do with this is I can leave this. Look, when I lift that up, how delicate that is. It's very precious and delicate. It's lovely. Could you use other colours after the white? Aha, this is where we're going. This is absolutely where we're going, particularly with the falling snow. So now I could go heavier. I'm not going to go heavier. I've just put a light coating down. But again, if you want to use your re-inker to do this and have a heavier coverage, you can absolutely do that. And I'll show you how you can blend with them as well. Keeping an eye on the time. 1:30 already. Where's that time gone? Right, so we'll do that. And then we'll come over here and I'll show you. So we've created a background. Obviously, I'm not pressing very hard and I'm not using a lot of the ink. So this is an old ink pad as well I'm using. It's not even one of the new ones. So look at that. You've got that beautiful background. I don't want to move it because I want to show you the other thing I want to do. Now, what I can do, because it is a matte blending ink, I can add in other matte blending inks. So I can add these in, which is where it gets very cool. So now we've got the blue, for example. Now let's do the yellow in the middle first. That would be the best thing to do. So we'll get the yellow. But because we've got that white there, you can put yellow over the top in the middle. What you're meant to do is leave it to dry, and I'm not going to have time to leave it to dry. And what you would do is go over the top, because it's definitely not dry. I think I probably ruined that one. And then you can pop the yellow on there. I should really have just done one corner, but there we go. And then you can bring, say, the blue. Let's do the blue, because it's probably, oh no, that's not the blue, that's the blue. And then I can show you. There we go, hold that there. And the blue can come over the top. I'm just trying to see what will show up on camera the best. There we go. I won't do all of them. I will do these ones, and I'll see if I can get the red on the bottom bit. Let's go about there. So that's that. My fingers covered in ink. And then we'll use that one. We'll use the strawberry. And then we'll add the strawberry here. Because I don't think the red will show up as much on my camera, but the blue probably will. But this is only used on black cards. So now when I lift this up, can you see? You can colour over the top of the white. It's so good. It's so good. But the other beauty is you don't have to just do that on black card. So if we've got white card, I'm going to, hang on a minute, white card. I'm going to wipe my finger. Let me wipe my finger. Now, where's my bottle? There's my bottle. Hang on a minute. Bear with me. Let me clean that off because it will go everywhere. Where's my little... Sorry. Just done that. So what you can do, say you've got some red ink. All right, let's go just down here. Just like that. Keep that like so. And then you think, do you know what though? It's a little bit heavy for me. I did want that a little bit softer. What you can do is you can add some of the falling snow, because it's a blending ink. You keep it away again here. You can add the blending ink to this, the white. Where's my white? I had a brush there with the white already. Don't know what I've done with it now. There, I think that's it. And then this will give you the ability to come in and soften that white. Can you see that already? You might not. I'm hoping I'll pick it up in a minute. But it will soften that white so it's not kind of in your face pink anymore. Can you see that? So it's now taken the edge off of that super bright colour. It's really hard to see on my camera. It really is. But I can see it here, that it's softened the white completely, okay? Could you use the interference inks as well? Yeah, there was no reason why you can't use interference, particularly... now, where's that other one? Hang on, I've got this piece here. Let me see if that's dry. I might dry that off. Let me put a little bit more on of the... Yeah, that's better. And we'll just dry that off a minute. So what you can do... Hang on. Oh, on there. Let's just dry this. Some matte blending, because I've re-inked them as well, so this is why I've not done myself any favours really. But you can see how that one dries very matte, can't you? See how wet that was? And that is why when I put the yellow on, I didn't get the best result, but that was a me thing, that wasn't an ink thing. And look, that white, look at the difference. But that white will stay white. Obviously that's because the ink is sitting on the top at the minute. See, that's not disappearing, that's staying super white. Okay, let's turn that one off. So let me show you with an interference. Let me grab, I'll tell you what I have got. That'd be quite nice, wouldn't it? Cherry bomb. And then I will show you the re-inkers as well, because I think that's really important. But this is just to show you, like, if you are thinking, I don't know if I'd use them inks, I think you will quite surprise yourself. I think you would use them. I think because they do so many different things. You can see it, that's good. Watching you do demos reminds me that I need wet wipes. Yes, always handy, aren't they? So, on the black card, we would normally get a purple, wouldn't we? So over here, let's show you. You normally get the purple come through. If I hold that up, can you see that's purple, can't you, in that corner? Yeah? But if we do it on here, you see what I mean? You'll get the red. And look, it turns that red matte. Let me just see if I can do this and lift it up. So this is where you're going to lose your interference shimmer, because you're sitting on top of a matte surface. Okay, let's have a look. I'm going to cover all that and see if we can show you. So now that red is on black. See that? So in that corner, we've got purple. And you've now got red. Well, you still do get some of that shimmer come through. But can you see the difference? It is magic. So by putting the falling snow down first, you can maintain your colour, whether it's on black or white cardstock. So it's like me putting the anthracite. Let's have a look at that. There you go. That's the anthracite. It's still a little wet, so I don't really want to do it. I'll tell you what I'll do. So look, I know I'm going off tangents, but let me just show you something. So this one, right, where's the stencil? And it's all filthy, but let's find one. So here, just do that. So in theory, because it's on white card, it should come out red, shouldn't it? But if we put this onto the black area here, that should come out purple. I'm trying to, I've got a big old brush here for this one, which is probably not ideal. So let me kind of tap it in to see if I can do it without getting it everywhere else. I think I can. I think I've done it. Anyway, lift that up. So now that, when I lift that up, it's not red. It's not red like it is there. It's more purple like it is there. Can you see that? So you can literally change up the colours by using the black or the white. Isn't it crazy? Isn't it crazy? So to try and get through everything and show you everything these do is going to be impossible, but they do kind of form the basis of so many things. So now when I come back, if I just put these, let me just get myself, I'm going to talk to you again. Let me just get my bits organised, because like this is where I get like really excited. See, myself and Paula we so love ink. We just love ink, and we find it really, really hard not to do things without ink. We just it makes us happy, and we kind of get lost in it as well. So I'm going to try and give you as much as I can of information and ideas that make you get excited about it as well. So when I look at, I don't know, this, right, that's black ink. When I look at this, it's black ink as well. So these are the same colour ink pad which have been used. It's crazy. But now this is dried, you can see in this flower in the middle now, that is really purple. It's really, really purple. So go into each of your circles. You could do gold. So if you've got an interference, if you've got like this one, which is your charcoal gold, we know on white card it will be that colour. So on black card it will be that colour. So let's get a little brush, okay, and show you that. So if I get that stencil back again, this stencil is so useful. I'll move that out of the way. So let me go on to this one. So I'll come down here. So in theory, because we're on white card, this generally should have gone like brown, shouldn't it? Oops. And then let's see if we can get this one. Trying to get in that gap without making a mess. I can't see, because the black is on black. I can't see where I've gone, so I'm kind of leaning down, just patting, lift that up. Okay, I've splodged it a little bit, but that's fine. This is just to show you, isn't it, all the things it can do. So let me put my ink pads back. So now that black one at the bottom is gold. Just needs to dry a bit, but you can see how you can start changing things around. Okay, change everything up very easily. Now the other thing I wanted to show you is the re-inkers, which I think are really important. People get scared of re-inkers, but we also need to do this one as well. I want to do that as well, so we'll do that too. Let me just show you what I love about a re-inker. That's where this comes into its own. Get yourself tiny brush. Have I got a tiny brush? Let me see if I've got a tiny paint brush. That's what I want. No, but I'll use my water brush. Okay. So what you can do to make some cool backgrounds is get your water bottle, little spritz in there, Get your opaque white, give it a good shake, and you can literally pop that in here. Put yourself a dollop in there. This will last you for ages. This is like acrylic paint almost. And you'll get your little brush and you'll mix it in here. So now you can do your backgrounds. See what I mean? You get all those beautiful textured backgrounds, and that will stay white. That is not going to disappear and go transparent like your falling snow would. So I lift that up. You've created your snow in the background. So good, so good. And then over here, always good to do a little bit of a tap over here. And then that will finish that off beautifully. And that will make a stunning card, that one as well. So lift that up and you can see that's another way of using your beautiful re-inkers. But also, you can paint with them. Look. Obviously, I've added a bit of water into that. Very pretty. So that is obviously with water. There's a lot of water in there. So let me just show you without water. Let me wipe that off. Okay. And then, so I'm trying to look at the comments as well. Thank you, everyone. It looks like you've all been shopping. Oh no, wrong one. I need the opaque white. I'll show you both. Back to the opaque white, and I'll just put it in there. And you'll see the difference when I colour in with this now. Look. So now this is pure without water in it. You can literally paint with them. Like so. So you've now got a beautiful acrylic paint. So if you want to paint through your stencils, or you know, all the techniques I do with the embossing folders, you can do that as well. Let's have a look. Yeah, so it goes quite a long way as well, this tiny amount. So lots you can do, absolutely tons. But another thing to remember is with both of the inks, so the falling snow, let's put the falling snow down as well. Now that's opaque white. Falling snow. That's why that one went like that, because I had a lot of I had falling snow. So this is falling snow. What you can do, this is good. So let's just pick up that cherry bomb. Put that cherry bomb there. Yeah. Wipe that off. Get that cherry bomb and mix it in. You've now made yourself a new colour of paint. And because you've used falling snow, it's going to stay opaque. Look at that. So you've now got an opaque pink. See that? So all of these, all your inks, mix them. So easy to do. Just very, very pretty colours. So again, play with them. I've only got the white re-inkers. I think I need the straw hat one though. Liked and shared. Thank you, everybody. So this is just me trying to show you as much as I can. So with water, without water, with colour, you know, so use them all in very, very different ways. This is godsend. All you do is run that under the tap, get nice and clean, and then you can use it again. Run this out. And then the last thing I want to show you is, you know, that lovely technique that we do when we do our inking, and then we get the embossing folder and we put some black ink on it. I'm going to show you what anthracite does and how amazing it looks with anthracite, all right? So did I do a background? I covered it already, haven't I? Let me make another very quick background, all right? So let's go, I'm going to be really, really daredevil and do this very quickly, because I'm very aware of time. Oh, the possibilities, literally. So I'm just going to grab some ink. I'm going to do it this way because it's quicker and easier. And we all know that it doesn't really matter where the ink is. I'm going to go like that. So that's covered quite a big bit already. There you go, like so. Let's have a little bit of that red. I mean, probably not the best thing to do. Let me get a blending brush for the red and blend that bit in there. But it's made it a lot faster, isn't it? Just doing that here, over here. And again, as we said before, don't worry about where the ink goes. We don't really care. Mix it in with the yellow. Get some nice orange being shown. Go grab that blue. And I'll show you one more thing. So get that blue over here. Look at that. So cool. In here. Like, look at that. I'm not making any effort. You're probably like, oh no, here she goes again. But that's all I want. I don't need anything else. It can just stay like that in that big hot mess. And then lift this up. I'm going to talk to you again while I clear on my desk. Is there any other techniques or anything else you want to know about these? Anything? Because you probably won't get to see me demo them much longer, especially as the re-inkers won't be around forever. Let me clean that up. And then I hate wasting it, but that's fine. Move that out of the way. So if you've got any questions, just shout. Thank you. Have to go and have a good weekend. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you. See you later. Right. Last thing. Take that out of the way. We don't need that now. And we're going to grab some white card. We're going to grab that embossing folder. Just don't put your makeup on like that. No, don't put your makeup on like that. And we're going to find the emboss or the deboss. So like find one of the letters. And if the letter is indented, that's the side you want. You don't want the side that's got the letter raised. So I'm going to take my ink pad again. And blimey, all them blending brushes, I know. Question, how do you do a perfect poached egg? Oh, I do a good poached egg. You must put vinegar in your water though. Vinegar in the water. And put your water, get it to boil, and then get a spoon in there, swirl all the water around, pop your egg in. I can't remember how many minutes I do it. I do a mean poached eggs though. Oh, I'm going out for poached eggs on toast for breakfast tomorrow actually. And then you pop that down. Like so. There we go. And we're going to do it twice. So we're bringing our die cutting machine, which I put away earlier. What is my favourite technique? This is one of my favourite techniques. It's one of my most favourite techniques because I think it's really dramatic. I think it's really effective. And lots of people go, oh, I'd really like to do that, but I don't know how to do that. And it's one of those that when people look at it, they go, well, how does she do that? How does that work? I think when people question, oh, how it's interesting and how did you do it? That's what I love. I love ink blending though. That is really, really, really special. Okay, so now I'm going to move these plates just for a second. I'm going to lift this up. Bonkers. And just get a little bit more ink on there. Just like so. And we'll do that again in the middle. Like that. Lid on. So this is where I say to you, never stress it. Never stress any of this inking lark. Everyone thinks, oh, it's got to be perfect here. It's got to be perfect there. 9 times out of 10, no, it doesn't. Absolutely not. So run that through. It's funny, you lot are really quiet tonight. You're like, oh, sitting and watching, I think. You're not talking so much. It's all the concentration. Okay, so let's get that. I'll turn that over now. Lift that up. There we are. That's what I was looking for. So this now, in the background, is the anthracite. There you go. Isn't that super cool? Super, super cool. So you can do all of these techniques. I've been watching, like Lillian, quite, I love that. I've been watching but blinked and still don't know how to do it. You need to go back and watch this one afterwards. Oh, I haven't done them in the Ninja, the poached eggs. Oh, thank you, Lorraine. I've definitely not done them in the Ninja. I'm led to believe you have to put a cup of, don't you have to put a cup of water in a, like a ramekin dish? I think. I'm just going to show you something else quickly. So I'm going to put that in there like that because I want the reverse. Run that over. And then you can use that. Oh, and my die cut machine's all dirty now. You do need to have days and days making backgrounds, honestly. And then when you've got to make a card for somebody, you've got plenty of backgrounds to go, oh, I got loads of those. And it's always a good mojo buster, isn't it? You know, it's one of them that, like, sometimes I just go, I just don't know what to make. And then, like, when sometimes I have to do something for a magazine as well, I think, do you know what? I've got those really cool backgrounds I could use with that. They're already done. And then I'm going to take, so that's my waist. That's the waist. So that's me cleaning up. You saw I cleaned that up. Now that looks black. That doesn't. So don't waste any of it. Don't waste any of it. Honestly, there is so much you can do. So I'm going to come back to you. I'm going to chat to you while I'm tidying up. So out of all of it, which is your favourite thing to do? Do you like using the single stencils? Do you like using the embossing folders? What do you like using out of all of the kind of techniques? Because we can focus on, you know, things that you really enjoy doing or you struggle with. You need to let me know all of those kind of things, because if I know, I can kind of prep more stuff for you. It's fantastic technique. It's so easy as well, this one. So easy. So I'm going to pop that like that because I'm going to have to go into the kitchen and clean that. So I'll leave that like so. And I'll just show you, I'll just clean my plates and then I'll just show you exactly the things we managed to do. I've just seen how the matte blending ink now is settled. Now it's dried. Let me just wipe that off. Very clean. I'm not a clean freak, honestly. No, I'm not. Good morning from New Zealand, Suze. Good morning. My grandson was round after school. Can I take it home? My ultimate two, no. Layering stencils and embossing folders. Some people struggle with stencils. Hopefully some of these ideas will show you that it isn't too tricky. But, you know, we'll keep doing it until we get it right. We'll keep doing this. So let me just show you the black and the white and how different they look. Okay, I'm going to have to move that bit out of the way. It's just come back very quickly. So that's all of our, like, workings. So that was the embossing folder techniques, which you saw. Now, that's your white through a stencil. That's your white through a stencil with the ink on the top. There's your black on top and with the metallics on top as well. That is when we did this technique and we ran that through and we had all that left. Okay, and then this one, we used the brayer. And then what else did we do? Oh, we did those two as well, didn't we? And then I made a little card with one of them that I did earlier. So just one of the techniques, just the mop up, pop it on a card. So easy, but what a great little card. Loads of opportunities. And of course, what you learnt a couple of weeks ago was this one, wasn't it, as well? So you can still do that technique when you swipe over the top with the white ink. We didn't even need to do that one because you did that one a couple of weeks ago. So I think I've covered everything. Oh, my back is hurting tonight. So is there any questions, or do you need me to recap on shows, or are you all good? I think you're all good, to be fair. So we've got, I'll just tell you anyway, Monday I'm 9 and 9:45, streaming from studio into TV. Friday is Black Friday event, 6 p.m. Remember, we are early, 6 p.m. on Friday till 7:30. And then 1st of December, oh sorry, stay at me. I'm back at TV for Launch of Sky and a special announcement. And I think that's it. All my comments are very slow tonight. I think you are commenting, but it's coming through slowly. But yeah, so I'm going to love you and leave you. My Indian meal is due at 8 o'clock, so I've got 5 minutes to tidy up. Anyway, I will see you next Friday anyway for Black Friday, and see you on telly. But any questions, pop a comment below, as I said. But have a great weekend, everybody. Stay warm. It's very cold out there, and it's going to get miserable, I'm led to believe. It's not what you want to hear, is it? Anyway, I will see you all next week on the telly. Take care. See you later. Bye. Bye.